Yeah, that's right. It's a 163-page bill, so it's pretty big. And you may remember that medical marijuana was made legal here in Connecticut back in 2012. But every attempt to legalize it recreationally has failed here in Connecticut. The governor's saying now is the time.
Been talking about this for ages, and I think now is the time for legalized adult use recreational marijuana in a carefully regulated way with an emphasis upon equity and justice.
But the House Republican leader contends the bill would lead to more deregulation.
It's going to commercialize a product and then tax it at such a level that it's only going to encourage the black market.
Under the bill, pot sales would be taxed at differing rates per gram depending on the type, plus the state sales tax, plus a 3% local sales tax. The bill funnels half the revenue back to cities and towns, especially black and brown communities disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs.
My kid is probably a lot less likely to get arrested than a black kid if they have a half an ounce of pot in the seat next to them. And that's just fundamentally unfair.
Which is why the bill would also decriminalize possession of more than an ounce and a half and expunge the criminal records of some people with low-level pot offenses.
Prohibition doesn't work. It doesn't work.
But Republicans say that's a weak argument. Marijuana is still illegal under federal law, and there's no test to see if someone is driving high.
Our police are already inundated and their hands are already tied with all of the terrible legislation that was passed. And now they're going to be faced with the challenge of trying to determine whether someone's driving under the influence.
Under the bill, it would still be illegal to smoke pot while driving. And separate from the bill, the governor's budget boosts funding for the state police to hire more drug recognition experts.
Colorado's been doing this for a decade.
That's true enough, although a study shows that since 2013, Colorado's marijuana traffic-related deaths have increased 151%. Connecticut's bill would allow anyone 21 or older to use marijuana recreationally.
We hear so much during COVID, the governor tell us to focus on the science. Well, the science tells us the brain is developing to 25.
And one thing that this bill does not do is allow for people to grow marijuana in their own home. Some lawmakers told me they think Connecticut should be looking at a bill more like what Vermont just put through, where the THC chemical levels are actually capped. They say that any potential revenue benefits to legalizing marijuana would be offset by other societal ills like addiction, homelessness, joblessness, and mental illness. The debate goes on. We're live outside the state capitol in Hartford. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
Back and